Ukraine ready for dialogue with Russia if ceasefire agreement reached.
U.S. President Donald Trump. China tariffs will drop substantially.
The attraction of intra-provincial tours.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. Ukrainian president has said Kiev is ready to negotiate directly with Moscow to end the war if Russia agrees to a full ceasefire.
The offering marks a significant shift of Ukraine. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022, Ukraine has refused to engage in any direct talks with the Kremlin. On April 22, Russian President Vladimir Putin also expressed readiness to engage in a direct dialogue with Ukraine. Considering Zelensky's proposal to halt strikes on civilian infrastructure, the new openness comes after United States President Donald Trump threatened to walk away from negotiations to end the war if either side continued to block the ceasefire process. On April 23, Ukrainian officials and European allies will meet with U.S. representatives in London to discuss a Washington-backed ceasefire plan.
During a White House news conference, U.S. President Donald Trump said that high tariffs on goods from China will come down substantially, but it will be zero.
Trust and confidence that
Donald Trump's remarks were in response to earlier comments on April 22 by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who said that the high tariffs were unsustainable and that he expects a de-escalation in the trade war between the world's two largest economies. Mr. Trump placed import taxes of 145% on China. To retaliate, U.S. Beijing has countered with 125% tariffs on U.S. goods. Despite his high tariffs, Mr. Trump said he would not play hardball with Chinese President Xi Jinping. China's government was yet to respond to the news, but has consistently criticized Trump's tariff policy.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính reaffirmed that Vietnamese goods do not pose unfair competition to U.S. industries. Vietnam remains willing to negotiate on issues raised by the U.S. so long as its core interests are protected and its foreign policy's principles upheld.
Chairing a government meeting on April 22, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said the current challenges in global trade also present opportunities for Vietnam to restructure its export base, diversify markets and supply chains, and boost product quality. Prime Minister has urged ministries and local authorities to work in close coordination to swiftly address key concerns raised by the United States. As Vietnam continues to pursue fair and sustainable trade relations, Prime Minister emphasized the need for a strategic shift towards high-tech, green and knowledge-based economic development, driven by digital transformation.
Coming up next are some updated news.
At the invitation of the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam, soldiers from the Lao People's Army and the Royal Cambodian Army have arrived in the southern province of Binh Duong to take part in rehearsals for the military parade marking the 50th anniversary of Vietnam's national reunification. The participation of the foreign military delegations underscores the strong bonds of friendship and solidarity between the nations. Besides, this year's parade will include military contingents from China. This marks the first time Vietnam has hosted a national military parade with the involvement of foreign armed forces, which highlights its growing international defense ties and strengthening cooperation among the countries.
On the morning of April 23, in Vinh City, the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment in cooperation with Nghệ An province organized a conference on combating illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, IUU, to combat illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, IUU. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development and Deputy Head of the National Steering Committee on IUU Phung Duc Tien requested provinces to strive for 100% of fishing vessels to be licensed for exploitation. He emphasized the importance of registration and inspection, as well as food safety certificates to ensure ship operations. The need to definitively address the situation of fishing vessels violating regulations on VMS and combating IUU fishing in order to remove EC's yellow card warning against Vietnamese seafood exports.
According to the report of the Embassy of Vietnam in India, there are no Vietnamese citizens among victims of a recent tragic terrorist attack in Pahalgam of India's Jammu and Kashmir state. Militants opened fire on tourists and locals in Pahalgam on April 22, killing at least 26 civilians and injuring 20 others. Initial information indicated that 2 of the victims were foreign tourists. But according to investigations by the consular section of the embassy, they were not Vietnamese citizens. The local authorities said the number of casualties could rise.
Nghệ An is not only renowned for its tradition of valuing education and its unique culture, but also gradually asserting its appeal on Vietnam's tourism map. Today, many tourists choose Nghệ An as an ideal destination with attractive, diverse, and surprisingly novel intra-provincial tours.
The sea, mountains, forests, and even pristine villages all create an attractive local tourism picture. Intra-provincial tours, short-term tours combining relaxation and experience, are attracting a large number of both local and out-of-province tourists. In recent years, we have started developing specialized tours, ranging from village experiences and the Phu Mat Forest ecological tour to cultural and spiritual tourism. Not only catering to local residents, Nghe An's intra-provincial tourism has also begun to welcome a significant number of visitors from neighboring areas and other provinces. They come to Nghe An for its untouched beauty and the genuine simplicity of the Nghe An people. I've noticed that the sea here is very beautiful and clean. The cuisine is fresh and delicious. And the people are hospitable. Intra-provincial tours are increasingly being organized methodically and flexibly with reasonable costs. The flexible duration, often just 1 to 2 days, helps families save time while still having complete relaxing moments together. Camping tourism is also gradually becoming a prominent tourism trend in Nghe An.
Camping tourism in Nghe An brings a very real connection between people and nature. Traveling close to home is also an interesting way to spend time. After busy periods with work, moments like these strengthen family affection.
With its diverse natural landscapes, rich and distinctive culture, and more importantly, a strong shift in tourism development thinking, Nghe An is gradually asserting its position on the domestic tourism map. For every native of Nghe An, the journey of exploring their homeland is perhaps the most valuable trip of all.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.